I'm Ramsey the loud one.
I'm Jesse the short one.
Put us both into one, we are.
Lots of noise, always too fast, lots of laughs. Here's our podcast, the loud and short of it.
Hi, and welcome to Loud and Short of It. I'm Ramsey the loud one.
And I'm Jesse the short one. And this week we've got a variety hour.
Oh boy.
It's a lot less exciting than last time. But instead of one topic that was just maybe the destruction of our country as we know it,
Yeah.
it's going to be 5 topics. Some of them may be the destruction of our country as we know it.
But this time gamers are doing it, so it's badass.
Yes, which will bring us right into our first one. We're going to start with our random topic this week.
Yep.
And the random topic is on everyone's minds. The day we're recording this is kind of the day a lot of it went down.
Yep.
So things may be different when we release it in a couple days.
Yep. We don't care.
Not at all. You can get half the story here anytime you want.
Yeah.
That's where the short of it comes in.
Yeah, you don't need the whole story, just the loud and short of it. Please start.
Okay. So the name of this article is Reddit Shoots GameStop Stock to the Moon. A bunch of Reddit dweebs, which I've never been on Reddit because I get laid, they decided that they were going to destroy capitalism this week.
Finally.
And they've succeeded to an extent.
Yep.
I'm going to get into the boring details, kind of explain what happened, because I've seen a lot of people be like, I know that there's a stock thing happening, and it's crazy, but no one knows, or a lot of people don't know what's happening.
Yeah. I called my dad, and I was like, hey, do you see all the shit that's happening? And he was just like, oh, yeah, and this and that and the other thing. And I was like, so capitalism's kind of just bad, right? And he was like, well, you know, this is like, and I was like, yeah, Dad, just fucking join me. Like, father and son, we can do this.
Basically, a hedge fund, which is just a big money bag.
Big bush.
They shorted a bunch of GameStop stocks, like an absurd amount of them, like more than there really are, because that's a thing you can do when money is fake and nothing is real. Mm-hmm. And shorting just basically means that you take a bet and say this stock is gonna go down, and then if it goes down, you make money, and if it doesn't go down, you lose money. So they spent a lot of money saying GameStop's going to go bankrupt. They're going to be fucked. They're absolutely screwed. GameStop's going down in stocks. And then some guy on Reddit, just a normal guy with a little bit of money in his pocket, was like, hey, these assholes are trying to kill GameStop. They'll take away my video games. We all should buy stock. And maybe you like the stock, and this isn't advice. And then millions of people bought a bunch of GameStop stock, and it went up like 3,000. It went from $20 to $380 as of yesterday.
No, it was like $8. It was like $8 and went up to like over $300.
Yeah, just within the matter of one week, a couple of days.
Yeah.
So it worked perfectly. That hedge fund had to declare bankruptcy, had to get bailed out by a different hedge fund.
Yeah.
Doubled down and didn't sell because they could bail out and be like, oh, we'll just pay the billions of dollars we just wasted, and then we're not going to lose anymore. And they were like, no, we'll ride this out. It's going to go back down, which it didn't for another 2 days. It kept going up, and they kept losing more and more money.
And then everyone was just like, we have to fix this because poor people are getting money, and that's making us sick.
Yes. So Robinhood and a bunch of the other like regular people brokers, where you don't have to spend exorbitant amount of money on fees and whatnot.
Yeah.
They all today, the day of recording this, Thursday, were like, nope, you're not allowed to buy GameStop stock anymore.
Yeah.
Or AMC or a couple other ones.
The thing about Robinhood was that apparently it was like, in Robinhood, you don't own the stocks. You are borrowing from Robinhood, and Robinhood is actually the owner of the stock. That's what I read at least, and it's super fucking like janky. It does not make any sense at all, but I think they knew that's how it was, and so they automatically started selling people stocks, and like people are still making the money off them, but they're forcing the market back into being like, no, it's good. GameStop stock is going to go down.
They're manipulating the market.
Yeah, like
Robinhood,
literally.
without a doubt, and especially when they didn't pause trading on GameStop. They weren't like, hey, this is getting a little volatile. We need to regulate the market. We need to do this. No, they said you can't buy GameStop stocks, but you can still sell them.
Yeah.
So normal people, as of today, are not allowed to buy GameStop stocks, but hedge funds absolutely allowed to buy those stocks.
Yeah.
So just inherently evil, incorrect, not free market, fucking libertarians and Republicans. This doesn't seem very free market to me.
Everyone who had a hand in this should go to fucking prison.
Yeah.
It'd be incredible. If Joe, honestly, if Bernie Sanders was in office, that'd be in the works right now.
I believe his tweet was the business of Wall Street is fraud.
Yeah,
it's just simple and to the point of being like, this is just legalized gambling unless you have insider trading.
Yeah, it's all fucking fake and it's all lies. And I'm a fucking socialist now. Fuck it. I can't. I just can't see this shit going down like where you walk into a casino and you and 10 other people are great friends with the casino owner, and then you see people making money off you and be like, oh no. Give me your chips. Cash out now.
Especially when, and like one of the arguments that Robinhood used was like that this is massively over speculation and that GameStop's really not worth that.
Yeah.
It's like, and Tesla produces like 1/10 of the cars and their stock is worth a shitload more than it should be. And you know who made money off of that? A bunch of fucking hedge funds.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk, the richest fucker in the entire world. And no one got mad about that.
There's not a single explanation that has gone around that has made any sense.
Yeah,
the only
poor people got money and
hedge fund managers got scared and was like, "Fuck, I might have to sell a yacht." I can't remotely get on board with anyone saying that this was not horribly dude. Jesus, even fucking unfortunately I have to say his name, Dave Portnoy, the president of Barstool Sports. Renowned piece of shit. Even he got on there and was like, this is criminal. Everyone...
Ted Cruz did as well.
Ted Cruz.
Donald Trump's cocaine son, the main one.
Donald Trump Jr. Yes.
Donald Trump Jr. And AOC and Bernie and Warren, what?
I just
want you...
Yeah, Donald Trump's cocaine son is the funniest thing you said.
There's the cocaine son and then there's the dopey one. The one whose smile isn't right.
Cocaine son, the dude drooling.
Then there's the daughter he wants to fuck.
Yeah.
And then there's the ugly daughter. And then there's the son that looks like a spider monkey. And that's the whole
Barron.
Trump family. Yeah.
There's
I would watch a sitcom of that. Just
I would
a spider monkey, a cocaine guy, 2 ladies, and an ugly
If this was 10 years ago, we might have had one.
Hey, we still got time. They'll give him the old Bush experience, and in 10 years, liberals will be like, he wasn't that bad.
I just can't wait for Trump to become a media darling and me have to tell my kids that, no, he's a fucking monster. He's not cute. He hangs out with Ellen. What the fuck were we talking about?
We were talking about stocks.
Okay.
Stonks. I guess what I'll end on here is if you don't focus on the stock market or do any of that, I mean, A, good for you. You shouldn't. It's the stupidest fucking thing ever. But B, if they didn't fuck with it, this is good for the economy if you have nothing to do with stocks. They're taking billions of dollars away from a hedge fund where it would have sat and gained interest and been invested in other hedge funds.
Yeah.
And they gave it to millions of random dudes on Reddit who were going to buy a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And they'd buy shit at stores where you might work or own.
The Reddit is like, it was full of people making posts just being like, I can fucking pay off my family's medical debt. I can buy a house for my family. I can pay off my student loan debt. Essentially, a ton of them were just talking about paying off debt and like how this money has saved them. And it was just like, and then just seeing the fucking vitriol come out of every fucking piece of shit who runs a stock market be like, well, no, this is actually bad. And just be like, okay, Poindexter, go fuck yourself.
But I do hope, so from what I've gathered based on the now shut down or hidden r/Wall Street bets and then the Twitters that have popped up filled with those guys, is the idea is if they keep holding it and can keep the stock price high, then by Friday the hedge fund will have to settle its deals with the shorting, and they could still fuck over this hedge fund because it's still over $100 as of recording this. So they've still lost a shitload of money.
It's just it's because I know that Robinhood did their shit. I know that took a ton of fucking people out of it, but there was another company that, and I don't fucking do stock shit, but there's another company that does the stock exchange stuff, and they froze on it, and then everyone on Twitter fucking ripped them to shreds, and they were like, I'm not positive. I think they got threatened with more litigation, and they fucking opened it up. There is
a massive class action lawsuit against Robinhood specifically right now, and I assume there will be for all the others as well.
Yeah, and if you're one of
this is like textbook definition of stock manipulation. You can't force people to sell stocks.
I think
and not allow them to buy them.
The only good thing coming out of this is that all of my friends are going to stop sending me their Robinhood link and be like, you can get a free stock. I don't fucking want one. Fuck
Yeah,
stocks.
it also taught everybody that you can't just invest well and get rich. It's not a game for you. This is a big club, and you're not fucking in it.
No, you never were.
Oh. Okay, let's get into something a little less serious.
Yeah.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon's stocks have plummeted.
And Reddit is not going to save him this time.
No, they fucking hate Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon's he runs the Tonight Show. If you don't know who Jimmy Fallon is, Jesus Christ, if you know who
He's
we
one
are,
of the
we're
most important Jimmys.
His ratings are at record lows. If you've watched his show recently, which I have, I'm a fucking big Jimmy Fallon fan.
Really?
I know it's not a popular thing. I think he has one of the best night shows solely because of the fucking content he puts out. That is like, oh, celebrities doing funky stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's boring. And then he's like, me and a celebrity are going to smash eggs in our head. And one of us is going to get egged. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking silly at 3 a.m. I can watch this on my phone.
Like the Kids' Choice Awards from Nickelodeon, but turned into an adult night show.
It's not like Colbert, you're getting like solid stuff out of it. But the Jimmy Fallon Show has moved to Zoom. And now it's just like, he's just sitting there and has to live off his interview skills. And holy fuck, they are nil. He had Sam Jackson on, and he was just like, Samuel Jackson, why don't you show us something cool you have in your house or whatever? And then Sam Jackson's like, I have the Mace Windu lightsaber, motherfucker. And then Jimmy Fallon's like, whoa, isn't that awesome? Please think that's awesome. Please clip this for YouTube. It just sucks. He can't play the games anymore. I feel like there's no utility to his show anymore.
So when I first read this article, I thought, yeah, there's no utility for any late night show anymore. Who the fuck needs this when you have people like you and me and the millions of other YouTubers with 10 followers who make the same show but much better, or at least much more personalized.
You don't think the show would be better if we get Adam Driver on?
Oh, it would be.
We'd be like, oh, fucking pussy and stocks are stupid, and then he'd be like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
But so I expected this to be about all late night shows, and surprisingly, Colbert's doing very, very well during COVID. He's got like more viewers, and he's stealing them over from Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, which is like, I like Colbert. If I have to pick one, that's my favorite.
Yeah, no, I love Colbert, but also you have to get.
But I miss when he had a good show instead of a late night show.
Yeah, a lot of his shit is like he's still just like super. He was like pushing on the Trump train like the entire time, where he was just like, yeah, Trump fucking sucks, and I'm gonna talk about it every night, and you're gonna love it because it's the biggest thing happening right now. And now you're kind of just like, after the inauguration, he was just like, this was such a moving moment, and I was talking about, I was like, man, fuck Stephen Colbert. Like, fuck Joe Biden. But I don't see how these are gonna move forward unless we get away from unless everyone gets vaccinated and we all start getting more, be able to see each other face to face now, because like, I just don't see how these shows, they're great tools for PR, and a lot of Americans are fucking stupid, and they love this shit, and and I like it in a casual way too.
I like stupid stuff sometimes.
Yeah, but there's only so many times where you can just like have Liam Neeson sitting there in his t-shirt being like, oh yeah, I'd be on the Obi-Wan series, and then there's 80 articles of being like, oh, Liam Neeson's on the Obi-Wan series, and then everyone's like, he's not. He said he might be to Jimmy Fallon because Jimmy Fallon was afraid to actually make a joke.
With Zoom, I don't want to watch a video of a celebrity.
No, we didn't even like making our Zoom episode.
We would never do that to you again.
You actually brought up something very smart where you were just like, why would you watch all this bullshit whenever you could just watch us? And I think we're just gonna maybe we just ape a bunch of Jimmy Fallon's little games playing with each other.
Hell yeah.
I'll play fucking egg roulette.
I will do every game on Jimmy Fallon's show until they send me a cease and desist letter. That's our next In the Lab. We steal his entire show.
We're both gonna come in suits. We're gonna act like the other one's a celebrity.
Writing that down.
That's all I got on James Fallon and his shitty show being destroyed.
Yeah, we spend as many minutes on Jimmy Fallon's show as he has viewers right now. That was my Jimmy Fallon joke.
See, if we were any amount of successful, we'd have the Roots right over there fucking hitting that badum-tisk.
Everything's much funnier with that.
I agree.
I think that's the only reason you like Jimmy Fallon is
the badum-tisk.
Yeah, the badum-tisk.
Oh, my favorite late night show is the Eric Andre show, and that's just doing numbers, doing excellent numbers. Oh, man.
I would love... Jimmy Fallon's ratings would go up if one time Jimmy Fallon just didn't come out on stage and Eric Andre did it and they never addressed it.
Oh, 100%.
But then Eric Andre doesn't do any weird Eric Andre stuff. He perfectly acts as Jimmy Fallon for 30 minutes and then walks off.
I would not want that to fucking happen because Eric Andre would immediately get paid a fucking $1 billion to go do that. We'd be like, hey, I don't care about pissing in people's faces anymore. I want to do normal stuff and wear a tie. Oh, man.
I would love it.
Yeah. All right, well, moving on from television into music.
Yeah, we have an interesting music one. I want you to know before we get into this, I had no idea who this person was or what was going on until Ramsey told me.
I had an ancillary knowledge of this. I mostly want to talk about this in cancel culture. Ariel Pink he's a big indie artist. I never fucking cared about him until like 8 months ago. Other people make music like his that's better.
And he's not Pink.
He's not Pink.
Yeah, I got confused for a minute.
No,
I was like, why does Pink have anything to do with Trump?
So Ariel Pink went on a bunch of fucking podcasts or whatever, and he's a huge Trump supporter. He said that he wanted to have sex with Donald Trump or something. I don't know. We get lost in the weeds.
He said he'd
here.
go gay for Donald Trump, was the quote.
He is gay, isn't he?
Well, the quote said, I'd be gay for Donald Trump. And I was like, oh, okay.
All right, Ariel Pink. do what you want. But he pretty much went on a podcast and just said that America's going to fall apart when Donald Trump's not president anymore. He said that the COVID vaccination is not going to prevent the disease, and he cast it down on climate science because he said that, well, all the liberals run on is bullshit. I don't trust anything they say, so the antithesis of them is the Republicans, so everything they say is right. Like, unironically talking like this, where I was just like, holy fuck, how can your music sound remotely coherent and you have these opinions?
He also was at the rally that turned into a riot.
Yeah.
Left ambiguous if he went to the riot afterwards or not, but he was at that initial.
And so Ariel Pink dropped from his label. People have talked about, well, is this the right thing to do? I think he should have been. I think after the Capitol Hill shit, definitely. You should be dropped from your fucking label.
Yeah.
But I think this also just breaks into like the classic cancel culture shit where people are just like, well, he shouldn't be canceled because he has political beliefs or whatever, or like believes in this thing. I'm just like, dude, I'm sorry. We deal with it. We have a fucking podcast. We're creators. You have to remain employable. I know there's probably stuff we've said on here that people would just could clip or whatever and be like, well, they said this bad thing, but like you cannot go on a fucking when you're in an industry that is so left-leaning, you cannot go on a podcast saying that COVID vaccinations aren't going to work and spread misinformation.
Yeah. Also, if you went back and clipped some shit you'd said, you'd have to do it out of context, or it would be like, we were making a joke. You left out the joke part of it. But he said it purposely meaning to get people not to vaccinate themselves.
Yeah, he was like,
I think you should be jailed for.
Just pretty much pushing this shit. And then there's people who are talking about like, well, this is bad. This is cancel culture. This is what happened. People, you're ruining someone's life. And I'm like, dude, I'm not ruining anyone's life. He ruined his own fucking life.
Yeah. Cancel culture is a fancy... I mean, there's obviously... You could find some examples where I would disagree, but generally, cancel culture is called being held accountable for the shit you say and do.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you got dropped by your label. A private company was like, we don't want to be associated with you.
A lot of people are just like... And like a lot of things is like... fucking cancel culture, like with the Me Too movement and shit. I'm like, dude, a lot of people are in jail because of the Me Too movement, and like they should be in fucking jail. And I just feel like it's the whole thing where people get caught up on this and they're like, see, this is so fucking horrible, when like in reality, the people who get canceled, like when Kevin Hart got canceled or when James Gunn got canceled, they walked back on those statements because the people can self-regulate and be like, well, no, this isn't like, this is different, obviously. Like these were jokes 10 years ago when everyone was talking like this. So you can go back and forth on it, but the Ariel Pink thing, your music's not that fucking impressive anyway.
Also, there's not that many examples of when cancel culture happens and the person actually just gets fully fucking canceled and ceases to exist.
Yeah, even like Louis C.K. got fucking, he started making stand-up again.
Yeah, like, and some people are going to watch it, some people aren't. It's not, there was... Nobody came down and was like, oh, well, the law is that you're not allowed to like this person anymore. Yeah. No, some people do and some people don't. And that's the way that, being a person works.
I just worry, like, in my head, I know that's how they think. I feel like a lot of people who are, like, on, like, the anti-cancel culture thing is just, like, they think it's going to be law one day. It's like, no, it's not.
Well, then that's the moment that I'd have a problem with.
Yeah, exactly.
The second that happens, I can also slippery slope anything that's done. But... No, people on Twitter being mad at other people on Twitter is not high on my list of priorities to worry about.
Yeah, and this isn't that big of a deal because Ariel Pink is gonna go indie, and his biggest fuck up was actually becoming a Trump supporter because I guarantee you there's not a lot of right wingers listening to this shit.
Yeah, Well, there's also the argument to be made that he was already canceled because I had no idea who the fuck this person is.
That's fair.
And I bet most people watching this right now are like, Ariel the fuck who?
We had a lot of my friends were like, we're all like super into music, and he like one of my friends like posted this, and he was like, Ariel Pink fucking got canceled for saying this shit, and I was like, yeah, we talk about him like once every 10 months. Like I don't fucking care.
Does that mean his music stays on Spotify and everything?
I think that's a separate thing. I think moving forward, they're not gonna. He might get because they dropped him so suddenly. They probably broke out of his contract. He might get his music back and can publish it independently. But
this might be good for him.
Yeah, I'm not.
Also,
I'm
could
not
just
a music
find another.
lawyer.
Yeah, whatever.
Maybe I should be a music lawyer. Holy fuck!
Then you can be the decider of who is canceled and who is not.
Like, hold on, that sounds fucking awesome.
The power, it's so strong.
Yeah. Going on from music.
Yep, we got video games.
Now I'm gonna talk a lot again. Lucasfilm Games is back. We have LucasArts, the sequel. EA in 2013 were given all of the rights to make every Disney video game or every Star Wars video game.
Yeah.
It was a huge fucking thing. They made
EA bungled the fuck out of it multiple times.
They made 4 games, one of which was
made
critically
4 games since 2013.
4 Star Wars games. That's it. Star Wars Battlefront 1, which was shit on horribly. The only good thing
about
about
the
Battlefront,
co-op, like if it was $25 when it came out, it'd been like great game.
Yeah.
But
Battlefront 1, shit on. Just go through them all because there's so few. Then Battlefront 2, horrible game at launch. They had a massive PR issue with it. I think that was like kind of when Disney was like, okay, we're gonna start pulling the plug, but they already had a couple of other projects in the pipeline for it. Now it's a great game. It's free to play on Epic Game Store. Go play it. Play it with me. It's a fucking blast.
Cancel culture also worked to make Battlefront 2 better.
It did.
Because the internet was like, no, you made a dog shit game. We canceled your game. Fuck EA. And then EA was like, oh, well, we have to be better people now.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, a Dark Souls-like game. Pretty good. I liked it. It's an 80 out of 100.
Welcome to the Ramsey Reviews video games, because he could not buy a Star Wars game.
Exactly. And then Star Wars Squadrons, which is just a flight game where you're fighting and like dog fighting and shit. It's kind of cool. But the main reason I wanted to pretty much list them all out is like what home run do you see here? I don't see a single one where it was even remotely talked about. It's like, oh, this is a game of the year maybe.
See, but Star Wars Battlefront 1 at least fucking could have been. I remember when that game came out and the hype behind it. Yeah. Everyone was so ready. All they had to do was take the old Battlefronts from the PS2 and make them again, but pretty. And they were like, nah, we got to find a way to juice them more.
Not only did they do that, from Battlefront, it's literally just a stripped down version of Battlefield. And also, out of the 3 eras that they had to work with, the sequel trilogy, the original trilogy, and the prequel trilogy, they only stuck to using the original trilogy, which made no fucking sense. They had to make a bunch of maps.
The new movies were coming out.
No, the new movies that were already released by the time this came out. And so it was like, it coincided, and they didn't release any sequel trilogy stuff until Battlefront 2, no prequel trilogy stuff until Battlefront 2. It was a huge fucking mess. Battlefront 2 finally came out, and there was a lack of content. You had to grind to get fucking everything, and it just seemed like EA kept fucking
pay
up.
them. You don't have to grind. You can just hand over more money after buying a $65 game.
Exactly. So, like, I guess the main thing with this is, like, what I'm so excited for now is I feel like we're finally going to get some good Star Wars games. And Star Wars, you can say whatever you want. It has the most potential for a great video game.
Yeah.
I think you could go... The main thing I've been saying for years, I want Destiny 2, but a Star Wars game. I think it could be the coolest fucking thing ever.
Keep it away from the movies. Just its own separate story.
That's more part of the reason The Mandalorian is so fucking popular. There are people who are just like, yeah, I'll watch Mandalorian, and like, you know who Luke Skywalker is. You can figure out who Ahsoka Tano is, and those are the big names in there. But I think that, like, going towards that is going to be better, especially because LucasArts or whatever, like way back in the day, we had some of the greatest fucking games ever. We had the fucking Knights of the Old Republic 2, fucking Jedi First Order, what I can't remember exactly. But like now that it's open up to whatever studio, you can have whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
And when you buy it, make sure to buy it at GameStop.
Yeah, make sure to buy it at GameStop. You can pay with Bitcoin.
If only. Okay, are we ready to get into our final topic? I don't have a pretty transition for this one.
We haven't had pretty transitions for any of them. You're here for the content this time, baby.
$2,000 fucking checks, baby.
Where's my money?
Where's my
fucking money?
Money. Hand it over. So I got some questions for you real quick. I want to buzz through these. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like a podcast. I'm gonna say a thing, then you say a thing.
Okay.
You think the checks should have 2,000 on them or 1,400 on them?
1,400. I don't like getting the money, I was told.
Okay. Do you think it's the Democrat or the Republicans' fault?
Republicans. They're red, and red means bad.
Okay. We got a lot of takes here. Do you think the Democrats should push harder for it?
No, we need unity in this country.
Cool. Those are all the questions I have, and I think you've described accurately what maybe 30% of Americans believe.
Every stupid fucking reply guy on Twitter, whenever you're like, this is not going the way it should have been going, they're like, well, you don't understand how these things work. Obviously $2,000. Obviously it's the fucking Democrats' fault. You won the fucking election.
Yeah.
Start fucking stomping ass, baby.
Do you remember when Trump won the election in 2016? And the first word spoken in the Senate was Mitch McConnell saying, elections have consequences. And then they passed the most ridiculous tax cut bill of all time, just giving billionaires a shitload of money and telling the rest of America to go suck a dick.
Yeah.
And then every time Democrats were like, please don't do that, they were like, sucks to suck. Elections have consequences. Suck a fat one, you pieces of shit. And then Democrats win by larger margins than Trump won in 2016. They have majority in the Senate, and they're like, well, let's spend the next 3 months working across the aisle. Let's make sure we don't step on any toes.
Republicans got really sweaty and was like, this isn't really wholesome 100 of you. And you like, we can still be friends. You don't have to ruin everything because you won.
Ted Cruz is like, I know I tried to get you murdered last week, but like now you got to be my friend.
You can't. No. Fuck y'all.
And I want to put out, like, I get that if you are the most cued-in motherfucker in the world and you understand what's going on in the Senate with Mitch McConnell and having to work out an agreement as to how the next 2 years are going to run, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I can see the argument to be made that maybe we do have to wait a little while on this. That being said, half of politics is getting stuff done. The other half is campaigning and playing the fucking game.
Yeah.
And right now, the Democrats' game is, we're going to give you $2,000. Fast forward, we're not going to give you $2,000.
Yeah.
That's what's being told to the American public right
I think
now.
that's a fantastic point, because you have to start, like, the people who are cued in or whatnot, you have to start thinking, like, when Joe Biden got in office, all he was saying was like, all right, we're fixing America. 21 executive orders the man has done to this day. To this fucking hour right now, and the thing is that we were fucking told we were gonna get $2,000 checks when if the Senate seat in Georgia went blue.
The 2 seats both went
blue.
They
both
did.
went blue. They did go blue, and now all we're getting is a bunch of fucking. Well, you know, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to open up the discussion. Joe Biden, I don't want you to open up the discussion. I want you to give the fucking money that you advertised to us.
I read multiple different articles, and by the way, there's videos of him saying that we're going to get $2,000.
Yeah.
So that's a dumb argument I'm not even going to talk about. But now that he already said that, promised the $2,000, he has said he is willing to compromise on more means testing. You didn't say everyone's going to get $2,000, but some people won't. You said everyone was going to get $2,000, and it's already cut off at 6 figures. If you make $100,000, you're already not getting it, and people knew that.
Yeah.
So don't fucking means test it more, fucker.
Yeah. Also, don't fucking play the game where you're saying it's a stimulus check. Then if you want to put a bunch of means testing on, everyone should get fucking. If it's a stimulus check, everyone should get $2,000. Everyone should spend $2,000.
And if you're one of the mainly Republican senators, but also Joe Manchin, who's like, well, we don't want that $2,000 to go to people who don't need it. What the fuck was the tax cut bill, fucker? You're saying that if you give $2,000 to people that make $200,000, they won't spend it back into the economy? Are you saying they'll hoard that money? That's fucking crazy. Maybe we should do something about that, tax them.
Hold on. Let me argue here. Here's your biggest problem. You're critically thinking. It's making me sick and afraid because I need to read the Bible right now.
Second statement by Biden. He said it may not be until March that this is done.
Thank God. Rent payments are just going to pile up till March. That's going to be awesome. You're going to owe like $12,000 in rent payments.
You'll get your $1,400, and that'll just cover it all because that's how rent works. And then his last statement, he wants to, and this is where the Democrats are going to fail every time. because they just don't know how to play the fucking game. He wants to kind of wrap the $2,000, which is a very popular bill. It would pass because Republicans are not going to go on record as voting against a standalone $2,000 bill. They would be decimated.
Yeah.
Next election.
And they've learned that now.
Yeah, they know that
Yeah.
they Joe Manchin, the only Democrat that's been kind of wavering on this, he said that he wasn't sure about 2000, and the day after he said it, he was like, never mind, my bad.
Yeah.
But basically what Biden wants to do is tie that into a bill with a lot more progressive stuff, like potentially a $15 minimum wage and other good things. That way the Republicans might feel like they have to vote yes, or else they're voting no for the 2000, and then we'll get 2000 and the minimum wage.
Yeah.
Which, like, if he pulls it off, you can cut back to here and be like, Jesse, you fucking idiot. He did it. But also, why not just you have a slam dunk right now. A standalone bill passes the House, says we're going to give every American $2,000. Goes to the Senate, and then every Democrat from Nancy Pelosi on down, including Joe Biden, says Republicans won't let it pass. They won't let it pass. They won't let it pass. And then if they let it pass, everyone gets 2,000. Democrats get a win. If they don't let it pass, the Republicans will never serve in office ever again. They will be ruined.
How excellent of a life it sounds.
And then after you pass that, then just do the same thing with $15 minimum wage. And if that one doesn't pass, you can still just keep saying, just keep nice and simple. Republicans will not give you $15 an hour.
We keep trying.
We
it's
will.
Not working.
They're taking. If you put it all together, then Republicans are going to put something into that bill. Like they're going to say abortion is baby murdering, and then you're going to have the $2,000 15 minimum wage abortion, maybe baby murder bill.
Yeah.
And no one's going to fucking care.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good. Damn, I don't really got a lot here. You really wrapped that one up. Just a
in general, we're right back on the fuck Biden train, and it feels so good, baby.
Yeah. Prove us wrong. We'd love to get off. Yes. I can't fucking wait. I don't like trains. Fuck. Just one time.
It must have been nice for the Democrats. They've had 4 years to be useless, and the whole time we were like, yeah, but there's a bigger evil guy now. But now you're the big evil guy.
Worse.
You fucking suck.
Fucking loser.
So to end this episode, cut me my fucking check or shut the fuck up.
I agree.
Give me my money.
You owe us both $2,000 each.
Yeah. And we're going to spend it.
We're going to spend it. Maybe we'll spend it on the podcast. I won't. All right, y'all. Well, that is February's Variety Hour. It's a whole smorgasbord of news.
This year has been way more exciting. Thoroughly enjoying this so far.
Oh, yeah. It's you'd think that the Biden presidency, whatever, was like, oh, okay, everything's slowing down. We're going to have a nice, easy ride. And then GameStop blows up. Fucking the Capitol
almost blows up.
We got a lot of end of days talk here, but you know what? Maybe Joe Biden. If the Democrats don't fuck things up and things go well,
it's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be a miracle.
And then we're just kind of counting down because eventually we're going to have one of these variety hours. And we're going to tell you that everyone in America can get vaccinated.
Yeah.
The day that happens, we'll both be wearing nothing but party hats and cock socks.
I just can't. Yeah, I understand nipple pasties.
And nipple pasties.
Yeah,
so that we don't get kicked off and canceled.
I just can't wait for the day that we go to the politics section of it and we'll be like, yeah, let's breeze through this one.
Okay.
Man.
Well, next week will be a breeze because we are not doing a variety hour.
No.
We are doing a in the lab.
Yeah. If you ever think about having a news show, just don't.